Not gonna lie, I was feeling extremely lazy on making a video, to the point I didn't feel like writing anything, which after this video, I'm gonna go back to doing nothing. But I promise, this video will be up to par. But anyway, you like my office? I'll give you a little tour. Here's the start of the room, and here's the other side of the room. Let's get this video started, G. Continuing with my Qubo reviews, I wanted to watch a show I watched years ago, but I forgot every single thing about it. Dog, I think like the last time I watched this show was in 2015, and I didn't think much of it. I'm guessing the show wasn't too popular because the only review I saw was on IMDB, and it was sitting at a 5.8 out of 10. I didn't see any reviews on YouTube, so basically I'm the first person to release a video on Sally Bollywood. Until that one a-hole reviews it, and this video becomes dated. Sally Bollywood aired and, oh wait, we got a special guest. He didn't record an introduction, so his name was EmeraldGuy26. He'll talk later, so let's get this started. Sally Bollywood aired in 2009 and had 2 seasons. Why do all the shows I review only have 2 seasons? This show legit just came and went. It ended in 2013 and went straight to Qubo. Not sure if it's still on Qubo though. Did you guys know instead of Night Owl, they completely replaced Qubo with this paid program joint? Qubo went way faster than they kind of got fired from Wild and Out. Oh my god, and the award for the most repetitive joke goes to Tim. Okay, yep, I promise I'll start telling that joke. The show originally aired on 7/2 or something? Dog, this show isn't on any streaming service, which kinda sucks. For this video, I found most of the episodes on YouTube. Only some, because most of the episodes I couldn't find them. So I do apologize for that. So let's get started.
The show is basically like a normal type of detective show. Someone in their hometown causes a crime, and it's up to our main protagonist to solve the case. Simple plot.
I low-key admire the simple premise. It's a typical bad guy of the week type show. I enjoy how Sally and Dewey play off each other. They're both pretty smart kids. I think it's very satisfying to see them interact with each other when they're doing their usual thing. I legit thought that Dewey was going to be the screw-up, but he's proven me wrong on so many occasions, and that he can hold his own in these episodes. More specifically, the Crime Flash episode, which I'll get into later. Sally and Dewey's voice actresses, I'm not even going to attempt to say that name, but they do a fantastic job. Every voice actor or actress comes across as either annoying or just corny. And I also really dig the music in this show. The theme song slaps, dog. I think the only time I got annoyed by music is when Sally started singing near the end of the episode. Most of the episodes end with Sally singing a song about what the episode we just watched. Like, gee, we just watched it, we don't need a recap. So luckily they slowly stopped it, which I do admit, episodes were a bit more enjoyable.
The thing that I like in this show is that this show doesn't use a lot of comedy, and it makes it a little entertaining for me. There's a lot of detective cartoons, and most of them use a lot of comedy. For example, Scooby-Doo. But with Sally Bollywood, you just focus on the crime and not on the comedy, which makes the show actually pretty cool to watch. The animation is okay. It could be a little bit better. I mean, the show was made in France, so that explains the animation.
See, I kinda disagreed because I kinda like the animation. It's nothing over the top and it fits the style of the show. I think most of my problems with the animation comes with the character design. Sometimes Sally's and Dewey's impressions really pop out. Sometimes they're full of life and they bring the scenes to life. But most, if not all, side characters look lifeless. And it's their eyes. I remember the Case of the Missing Cats episode. There was this one character and her eyes were drawn so weird. But the lifeless eyes never really distracted me from the episode. The one thing that kind of annoyed me was the editing. Everything goes by so fast. I found this out as soon as the first episode started. Watch this clip. Sally and Dewey finish finding the man who stole the roach.
Thank you. And your payment? Do you want to be paid in 3 for cakes? How about maths lessons?
Like, am I like the only one that thinks that's kind of weird? Alright, so I mentioned this before, that I couldn't find every episode. I did find a healthy amount of episodes on YouTube, so thanks to all the people I found. But my biggest fear was that these episodes are going to have predictable enemies, which sadly some of them really do. I mentioned this one episode earlier, the Case of the Missing Cats. The episode's about Cassie's missing cat. Before I finish this plot synopsis, she's the culprit. Sally and Dewey get right on the case, and Dewey finds out that he's allergic to cats. And when he notices he never sneezed at Cassie's house, he found out that Cassie was lying the whole time. Which I do find the Dewey thing kind of clever, but I didn't care too much. because the episode was pretty predictable, so I didn't pay it that much mind. Tried by the internet handled it better, but this episode drags like crazy. The problem with this episode is that they revealed the mysterious blogger way too early. I mean, they didn't actually show him, but I saw his hair, and I automatically knew who it was. They tried to twist it up at the end, which caught my attention, but quickly lost it because they took this cliche route, and it got boring. I don't want to make it seem like I hate season 1, because I liked a good amount of episodes. I liked the Cockroach Capers, Room with a Curse, and The Guardian. They all have fun and creative cases. The Cockroach Caper was fun to watch. They revealed the culprit a bit too early, but this episode makes up for it with the underground races. The Room with the Curse was fun. It was a simple episode about a girl being haunted by a spirit, and Sally tries to convince everyone that spirits are real, and she gets scared herself. Just to find out it was her brother doing it the whole time through the vents because he didn't get the bigger room. I like this episode, but I don't like the ending. It's a bit cliche and it really was childish. And the Guardian episode was just a bunch of kids dressed as the superheroes and they trash the streets. Sally talks down in the comics, but slowly warms up to the comic. Which is my favorite part of the episode. She completely ignores the mission just to read. And it comes in handy at the end of the episode, where she finds out who's actually causing the city to be trashed. And I legit think this is the best episode of season 1. Season 1 wasn't perfect, but season 2 was a major improvement in terms of writing. They improved on a lot of stuff, and I had a fun time. The episode that stood out the most was the Crime Flash episode, where everyone breaks into dance in certain locations and someone steals things. Sally's tasked on teaching a new dance, and Sally's father is doing his own thing, where he's trying to find the guy who's stealing stuff. And Dewey tries to sneak along. I love how Sally's dad is aware that Dewey's there, but he doesn't really say anything. I think this episode is really good. They don't reveal the villain too early, and it's actually a good mystery, because he didn't see it coming. Overall, I really dig this show. It offers some good mystery, fun animation, fun moments, and clever writing in some areas. And my return to watching Qubo shows, I can definitely say this is in my top 10.
Personally, I think the show is great. Not perfect, but great. The only things I would change in the show is the animation and some of the transitions because there are so many of them.
Definitely check out Sally Bollywood. So if you're ever interested in where I get my songs for Timothy reviews or any other projects, check out the Spotify playlist in the link in the description.